Hi, in this video, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about the SAT test pattern. SAT is conducted and organized by College Board. The total score for SAT is 1600, that is the maximum score, and minimum score is of 400. So what are does the minimum score represent here? In a simple way, the minimum score is of 400 is only for appearing for the tests. I can say for your attendance. And base after that, while attending, while answering the different section of the SAT test, whatever the score you get, that is your total score out of 1600. Okay, right. So SAT is basically a reasoning test. So that is the reasoning English and reasoning math along with an optional essay. The first part of the SAT test is evidence based reading and writing. This is basically a English part. Second is reasoning math. This is the math part, and the third is optional essay. Right. Let's see in a brief about each and every part of the test. So a total timing allocated for the test is 3 hours. But if some student do like to take a test along with the essay and including essay, the total timing for the test is 3 hours and 50 minutes. Let's see each part of the SAT test in a brief. First, evidence-based reading and writing test corresponds to a minimum score of 200 and a maximum of 800. This part has a subsection called a section 1, that is reading test. Under this section, there are 5 passages and number of questions here are 52. You need to answer those 52 questions in 65 minutes. A type of question here are of MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. The second part under this one is, that is section number 2, is writing and language test. Under this section there are 4 passages and total number of questions are 44. Time allocated to answer those 44 questions here is 35 minutes, and again questions here are of MCQ, that is multiple choice questions. Next, move to the other part of the SAT test, that is the math test. Minimum score corresponds for this section is 20 and the maximum is of, sorry, minimum score is of 200 and the maximum score of 800, right? So the section number third of your SAT test is the no calculator section. Under this section, there are 20 questions needs to be answered in 25 minutes, but to answer these questions, the calculator is not allowed. The type of question here are MCQs and greetings. MCQs are multiple choice questions and there are such 15 questions under this section. Greetings are basically students produced a response question, so you'll be only questions are given without answer choices or without options. You have to answer those questions. Whatever the answer you are getting at that end, those answer you need to fill in the answer sheet given to you. So section number 3 is of no calculator section, and section number 4 of the SAT math test is a calculator section. So under this section there are total 38 questions. A time allocated to work out on those 38 questions here is 55 minutes. Type of questions here are MCQs and greetings again. There are 30 questions which are of multiple choice and 8 questions here which are of students produced response. Along with this, as I mentioned, SAT has an optional essay. The purpose of keeping optional essay is some of the universities do prefer students to produce their essay score along with the SAT test score. So if anybody looking to get an admission into such universities, you have to take an essay along with your SAT tests. So essay score are calculated separately, and the essay score doesn't affect your SAT test score. They are graded separately. A minimum score for essay is 6 and the maximum score is 24. So this score has been further subdivided on analyzing your skills in the reading, that is the minimum score will be 2, max is 8. Analysis, minimum is 2, maximum is 8. Writing, minimum is 2 and maximum is 8. A time allocated for this section is 50 minutes. A good thing with the SAT here is there is no negative marking. Unfortunately, if you select a wrong answers, so that doesn't affect your score. Only it's as good as you could not attempt that. The score will be calculated only for the number of questions you answered correctly, not for the wrong one. Okay, this is just a brief introduction about the SAT test pattern. Thank you so much for watching.